What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
So there was a new in-game notification about the new Dokkan event for Android 17 coming up soon, more than likely end of the month. However, not too long ago, there was also a V-Jump scan of Android 21 scheduled for her release as well. Within the scan, it was also detailed that the Androids category would also be introduced in the game. That pretty much led us all to believe that she's going to be the leader for that category. But now that we have news that Android 17 is going to have a new Dokkan event, you know, it's almost certain that there's going to be a new banner where a new card for him is going to be released. There was literally nothing else listed in the news except for that fact. So nothing else was pretty much, no other information was listed. So let's talk about all the different scenarios that could play out in the next, few days, few weeks within Dokkan Battle. So remember, this is all speculation that's being talked about on social media right now, and nothing's really certain until Bandai releases official information about these two units. People seem to be talking about a dual Dokkan festival where Android 17 and 21 have their separate banners. Certainly could see that happening. However, I feel like more people are hyped up about Android 21's release than another version of Android 17. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the majority of players are, if this is a scenario that plays out, I'm going to assume that the majority of players are going to pull on Android 21's banner instead of 17. But this really depends on what skill sets that the Ranger 17 unit's going to have. If it plays out like this, here's what I think may happen. And again, this is all just speculation at this point. But I'm basing this because of how Bandai and Akatsuki are. So my take is that Android 17 would actually be the one to have the leader skill for the Androids category, while Android 21 will have a separate leader skill, whatever that may be. The reason I say this is for two reasons. Number one being this would in a way force players to have to pull on both banners in order to get the Androids category lead, as well as wanting a copy of the Android 21 unit. On the V-Jump scan, it says that Android 21 will have the newly added Androids category, but doesn't specify that she'll be the leader. If this is the case, then it would definitely be a marketing strategy to make sure players have to pull on both banners. So I could definitely see that happening if it plays out like this. The other option is that Android 21 will be a non-Dokkan Festival unit, but included in the Android 17's banner when it comes out. This one also does have a high possibility of happening. So essentially, she's going to have the same kind of function that the Masked Saiyan and Kefla had when they were first introduced. In a way, this could be okay, I guess, since they'll be available on whatever banners are released in the future and not restricted to just strictly Dokkan Festival banners. The very last scenario is pretty straightforward. I mean, simply Android 17 and 21 are just going to have separate banners released during different periods in time. So 17 will more than likely have his end of the month, and then while Android 21 will have her banner at some point in August, probably early to midweek, or early to mid-August, basically. So like I said, this is all speculation at this point. Nothing, nothing is concrete. Everything's circulating. It's pretty much stuff from the rumor mill at this point. So, we'll see what happens for sure when the Android 17 banner comes out, and then we'll find out more about Android 21. So just wanted to briefly cover those two units and some of the speculation, because people are tended to be talking about it a lot the past 24 hours. So those are really my opinions on it, and like I said, we'll find out what happens.